Tell you what, you want to be wealthy? I'm going to show you exactly how. Yesterday, July 23rd, was the single most important day in the history of the entire cryptocurrency market. I'm going to break down why that is, how it happened, and exactly what you need to do about it if you want to build wealth. All right, let's start with what happened. The Ethereum ETF went online, and with the Ethereum ETF going online, we saw $596 million of inflows if you remove the outflows that came out of the Grayscale Trust. Now, let's back up. What's the deal with that, and what's an inflow? So the Ethereum ETF essentially is a securitized vehicle where you can trade the commodity that is Ethereum, which represents the entire layer 2 and DeFi space in the cryptocurrency space. The Ethereum ETF allows you to invest in Ethereum on securities markets, specifically the CBOE, the NASDAQ, and the New York Stock Exchange are these 9 and 8 new ETFs trading. Essentially, the way they work is they give you, if you're in Wall Street, an ability to buy Ethereum. Now, the Grayscale Trust saw $484 million of outflows. Those outflows were coming out because there was a major discount on the Grayscale Trust compared to the native asset value, which is the value of the spot price of Ethereum. So let's say Ethereum's trading at $5,000. The Grayscale Ethereum Trust was trading at the equivalent of like $3,200. And so when the Grayscale Trust got converted to an ETF yesterday, along with the 8 new Ethereum ETFs, all of a sudden the value that you had in your Grayscale Trust almost doubled because you were able to redeem the shares that you had in the Grayscale Trust for actual Ethereum, which was trading at spot price. So instead of having your Ethereum be worth like $2,700, you were now able to redeem it for the spot price, which is over $1,000 higher. And so you saw a huge amount of outflows out of the Ethereum Trust, to the tune of $484 million. Grayscale knew this was going to happen, so they put the highest fee, an order of magnitude higher than everybody else, on their ETF at 2.5%, as opposed to many other fees that were about 2.2%. And so we saw $484 million flow out of Grayscale. A lot of it probably flowed into another fund because these are still people that believe in Ethereum. They just wanted to instantly make some money because they were trading at a discount to the native asset value. If you exclude that outflow out of Grayscale, which was because of how the Grayscale Trust was set up as a trust and not an ETF, if you exclude that, the other 8 newborn ETFs saw $596 million of inflows collectively on day 1 of trading, which is an enormous amount of inflows and signifies that the Ethereum ETF is going to see a huge amount of adoption over the next 6 to 12 months and likely far into the future. Now, Bitcoin's ETF is still in its early days. We've got $17.5 billion of cumulative inflows in the Bitcoin ETF. That will likely go to well over 100, potentially as high as $200 billion by the end of the decade, which means that you're going to see hundreds of billions of dollars flow into Bitcoin through the traditional markets and through these ETFs. The same thing is probably going to happen with Ethereum, and by the end of this year, I predict that you're going to have over $5 billion of net inflows. Within 6 months of launch, I expect over $10 billion of net inflows. That'll be in Q1 of next year. And I also expect by year's end, you'll be seeing Ethereum go to $5,000 to $6,000 in price, which would be a 45 to a 75% rally by the end of the year. Within 60 days of the Bitcoin ETF launch, we saw a 92% rally on Bitcoin from the bottom of the rally. From the actual day that it launched in the price, we saw about an 80% rally. So if we saw an 80% rally on Ethereum from where it is right now, that would be a $6,500 Ethereum 2 months from now. That's before we get to October. So if Ethereum even does half of what the Bitcoin market did, price action wise, after the launch of the Bitcoin ETF, we would be looking at an all-time high run up to $5,000, which would be about a 45 to 50% movement from where we are right now. Pretty good returns. Now, with all of this in mind, what should we do about the fact that the Ethereum ETF just launched? The very first thing that we've got to do is we've got to get our philosophy right. You're going to think, Jeb, this is not a philosophy class. I know. Give me 30 seconds. I'm going to change your life real quick. I want to help you. If you see my face, you know my name, Jeb McAfee, think this. I want you to go from a chaotic debtor to an intentional investor. I want you to think of me and think of that. Chaotic debtor, intentional investor. You're chaotic because you have no plan for your money. You're like, where'd my money go? I gave it all to the vending machine. Where'd my money go? I gave it all to Sam's Club. Where'd my money go? I gave it all to, the truck payment, right? Where'd my money go? I gave it to God knows where. I have no idea. I want you to become intentional. The way we do that is we have a budget for our expenses and we have an investment plan for our investments. The other thing, a debtor to an investor. I don't want you to be an investor based on debt. You end up making a lot more money in the long run if you invest with your money rather than with somebody else's. We're going to do this, and we're going to become an intentional investor. We're going to be intentional, so we're going to have an investment plan. We're going to be an investor, so we're going to put a portion of our income, ideally a huge portion of our income, towards investments. And from there, doing that consistently for years will make you a millionaire. If you do what I teach you, you'll be a millionaire within 5 to 7 years. Guaranteed. If you do it, and something crazy doesn't happen, you're going to be a millionaire so long as you're able to make a decent income. In the United States of America, it's going to happen. So long as the market does what it normally does, which it normally does, you'll be a millionaire. It just happens. If you do the right thing, you become a millionaire. And if you work really hard and you're very smart with what you do with money, you become worth $10 million. You just do what I'm about to share with you, and it happens. Here's what I want you to do. In the light of being an intentional investor, I want you to get intentional, so I want you to write a plan. Here's your investment plan. Every interval, we will invest X into Y on Z. Fill in the blanks. That's every Friday at 2 p.m. We will invest $200 into Bitcoin and $200 into Bitcoin and $100 into Ethereum on crypto.com or whatever exchange it may be. We got to get intentional. We got to write a plan, and then we got to be an investor, which means we actually do the action. This is how you build wealth. Nobody's talking about this. It's all about, oh, look at this altcoin. No, nonsense. Here's something I want you to remember about me. I am going to share with you what everybody else is too scared to share with you because they think that they're going to lose their silver bullet, their secret sauce. Here's my secret sauce if you want it. This is simpler than you think it is. I'm bringing down the barrier to entry of investment. People think this is so freaking complicated. It's not about picking the next 100x coin. It's about making money, ideally a lot of it, but even if you don't have a lot of it, it's about making money, investing it, doing it over time. I have dozens of Ethereum. You know how I do? Because I dollar cost averaged and because I generated it from business activities. That's how I have dozens of Ethereum and a lot of Bitcoin, right? Because I did it on a consistent basis by being an intentional investor, by having a plan for my investments, and by executing it consistently over time. How do you become wealthy? One word: consistently. You want to become wealthy? Do it with one word: consistently. This is not about putting 100K into Ethereum and 10xing like some people think I'm saying. No, investing in Ethereum is not about doing a one-time purchase. Investing in Bitcoin, not about doing a one-time purchase. No, that's not probably going to make you $1 million because you probably don't have, let's say Bitcoin 5x's, you probably don't have 200K sitting around. You probably don't. Most people don't. What it is about is saying, hey, over the next 3 years, I could find $200,000 if I invested, $5,000 a month. $5,000 a month, that's a lot of money, Jeb. I get it. Okay, so let's say $100,000 over the next 3 years. That's $2,500 a month. Can you find $2,500 a month? Jeb, that's how much money I make. We'll make more money. Well, Jeb, I can't do that. Well, yeah, you can. You live in America. It's the freest nation, most prosperous nation in the history of mankind. Find a way to make more money. I can help you with that. Find a way to cut your expenses. You're a single guy? All right, live in a studio apartment, have a mattress, maybe a bed frame, and invest 80% of your wealth for the next 5 years. You'll be crazy wealthy. I don't care if you're making $60K a year. You'll have so much money. You can build wealth. You are in charge of your wealth, no one else. If somebody else is in charge of your wealth and you're a slave, not a free man and not a free woman, I want you to be free, and with that freedom, I want you to succeed. Buying Bitcoin and Ethereum on a consistent basis over time, after you have a plan, after you're working on at least getting out of debt, that's how you're going to succeed. And I want you to do it. If you want to learn more about how to become a cryptocurrency millionaire, or just a millionaire in general, if you want me to show you how you can become a deca-millionaire worth $10 million in the next 15 years on a consistent, simple plan, then follow the channel, subscribe if you have not already. If you do what I'm going to teach you, you will be wealthy. If you actually do it, and if some kind of cataclysmic event like getting a horrible health prognosis doesn't happen, if you're willing to work and you're willing to listen, I will show you how to become wealthy. Subscribe to the channel, and I will show you exactly how to become a millionaire in the cryptocurrency space. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. If you didn't enjoy today's video, I appreciate the feedback. Dislike the video, but only dislike the video if you tell me why. If you didn't like the video, don't dislike the video and don't tell me why. That's kind of like cowardly. Like, if you're going to dislike the video, tell me why. But if you didn't like the video, tell me why down below. I like the feedback. I appreciate it. I will #own it. Let me know why you didn't like the video. If you did like the video, tell me why you liked the video down below. Love to see what you guys think on our content. Please be praying for my wife. We're having a baby in probably next week. You know, all the prayers for her and for her health and for her safety are much appreciated. Thank you guys so very much for the positive prayers and the positive vibes or whatever. Thank you guys so much for your support. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.